Hi everyone, welcome back. The long-awaited wait for the daily charm box is over. The May box has finally arrived. This box has been on a journey. You can see it looks a little beat up, but don't worry, everything is still in this box. So the theme of the month is Y2K dreams, and we have a card in here that shows all the little items that are in this box and how to recreate some of the looks. And then on the back of the card is all the items and their price points. And you can see from this card, this box is cram-packed full of so many goodies. We're diving right in. We're not wasting any time. So we have some charms already. We have some stickers. So this is the May box, and normally the May box comes right when May hits, but there was a little bit of a hiccup this month with all the new tariffs and everything that everyone's trying to figure out in the world right now. There was a little bit of a delay because they were waiting on a few items, but the items came, they shipped the box out, and here we are. So, but the daily charm subscription box is really fun. It's a every other month subscription, and it's really catered towards seasons. The May box is always that one-off box theme that you don't know what the theme's going to be. Is Y2K my thing? No, it's not, unfortunately, but we're still going to make this box work. And I do think it's still a great value for what you're getting in here because I still like some of the items in the box. And if I were to purchase them on their own, it still would have been the over the $49.99. So it's, even though it's a random theme that I'm not too into, we're still gonna make this box work. And there overall is still some really fun things in here. So right here, this is a charm pickup pen, which that is awesome. And then you always get 2 exclusive gel polishes in this box as well, which I cannot wait to dive into. This one right here, the Y2K glitter, looks so fun. And then we have a really fun cat eye, which we're going to dive into all these colors today. And then we're going to utilize some of the products in the box today to create the ultimate Y2K set. So here are the products that we're going to be using today. So let's get into it. We're going to create a set of press-ons on the shape medium stiletto. Now before we go in with some of the colors, I'm going to do a base color on 3 of the nails of the Silky Pearl. I really wanted just a beautiful milky little base kind of moment here, especially on the ones that we're going to be adding some transfer foils to. And then I wanted a good base color for that fun glitter gel polish that we're going to be diving into in just a minute. And I felt like Silky Pearls was going to be the perfect touch in the background that we needed for those elements. All right, so we're going to go ahead and apply that to 3 of the nails. And while that's curing, we're going to get into the Y2K glitter. This is fun. This needs a moment right here on its own. I would have bought the box just on this alone right here because it's an exclusive color. You cannot get this color on the shop, and it's filled with so many fun elements. You have these beautiful kind of galaxy star moments going on. You have beautiful pops of like a pink glitter in here and a purple, and just I really like it, and I really like how organically this was placed on the nail. So we're going to stop right here and just leave it because I really liked how the glitter pattern was going right there, so I did not want to disturb that, but you could totally build up that glitter, and you could hand place more stars if you want. You could do a lot of different things. Now we're getting into the cat eye. This pink right here, it's really beautiful. It's kind of giving you a liquid metal kind of moment. If you wanted to build it up, you could totally not even hit it with the magnet and just do 2 coats of this for like that liquid Y2K metal moment. But we're hitting it with the magnet, and look at this cat eye. Daily Charm has some really awesome beginner, easy to use cat eyes. If you struggle with cat eyes, these are a great brand. And you can see here, we only have 1 coat and we're getting a really awesome magnetic effect. We're going to pop that in the lamp. We're going to apply this color to another nail as well. We're going to do it on the pinky nail. And I feel like if you want to do 1 coat, this would be really pretty for summer as kind of like a pink sea glass cat eye kind of moment, or even putting some, layering some glitter pieces under it and then hitting it with the magnet. I just feel like this is a really beautiful color. And I really like the magnetic particle undertones because they're not that harsh silver. They have a white flashback to them, and they're really pretty. I really like the whiteness of it. It gives it just a different kind of touch, and it's a softer touch, but yet you're still getting a bold magnetic effect. So now we're going in with a second coat on that first nail here, and this is when you can really see that color is definitely more vibrant and more beautiful. And we're going to hit it again with that magnet and just create a little design. And then once we're done doing the cat eyes on both of the nails here, we're going to go in with a little bit of a transfer foil kind of moment. now that we have our base colors done, this set looks good just like this. You could totally stop right here. I'm loving that moment right there. But we're gonna go ahead and play with some of the elements. We're gonna go in with the transfer foil glue first. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the McCart transfer foil glue. This is the one I've been using and I do really like this one. If you're looking for an alternative option, that is a HEMA, very gentle formula, TPO free. I will link that in the description box below. So you want to apply it to the nail just like you would with your gel base, just a very thin layer over the entire nail. And then what's really key is curing for the amount of time that your product says. So this brand in particular says cure for 60 seconds. So that's what I'm doing. And then I went in with a lint-free alcohol wipe and just wiped the underneath side of that transfer foil. And then after that nail cured, I also wiped it with that lint-free alcohol wipe to remove that tacky layer. And then once that nail was dry, we're just gonna go ahead and line up the transfer foil and just kind of create a really fun design going down the nail. And then once you apply that transfer foil on the nail, keep it on there. Do not lift it up until you go in with your silicone tool. You could do the silicone tool or just use your finger, whatever method you prefer. I always like to go in with the silicone tool first, and then I'll remove that nail off the stand, and then I'll really rub that image into the nail. But just make sure you really follow those directions on your transfer foil glue. That is key because some transfer foil glues I've seen only cure for 60 seconds, some want you to cure for 90 seconds, and then removing that tacky layer with a little bit of alcohol makes all the difference in the world. So if you've ever struggled with transfer foils, just try those couple steps and you should be good to go. Transfer foils are a really easy way to incorporate some effortless nail art and they're really fun. So the reason why I picked this design because I felt like it kind of incorporated all the colors that we're going to be using today when we're adding the charms. So I thought this would be a great one just to add. It's a little bit of a funky animal print. So right here we remove that transfer foil and check it out. We have a really awesome nail design. So we're going to go ahead and incorporate some transfer foils on another nail. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply a very thin layer to the other nail, and then we're going to pop that in the lamp and cure for a full 60 seconds. And again, we're going to do the exact same thing. Wipe off the back side of that transfer foil with that lint-free alcohol wipe, and then wipe that nail off, and now we are ready to go. I wanted to play with these stars, these little holographic stars. I thought they were perfect, just the perfect touch to add a little bit more of a holographic effect on the nail with little to no effort. And I will say I do struggle with the transfer foils that have more of the clear background with like the stars like you see here versus a transfer foil that has a whole bunch of color on it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because there's more negative space on there. I really don't know, but I do struggle with these style. So I really have to make sure I'm really rubbing that image into the nail to make sure I'm getting all those stars transferred over to the nail. But is that something that you guys struggle with too, like the ones like this? I just feel like the ones that have more of the color like you saw in the first transfer foil we did are way easier to use than this, and you think the one that has the most color would be the hardest to use, right? But I don't know. That's just me. So I am struggling here, but I'm just making sure I am just taking my time and rubbing those stars in, and we are getting a good transfer. We just have to work at it just a little bit more. Now we're going to move on to some fun stickers here just to kind of tie off the thumbnail. I just put a little bow, and then we're just going to go in and just add a whole bunch of different charms to the rest of this set once we go ahead and apply the stickers. So for the pinky nail, I didn't want to add too much 3D effect to this one. So I figured we would just add a couple stickers and just kind of keep this nail as is and just kind of have a little moment of just having that cat eye gel polish kind of shine through with a little bit of pops of gold accent, kind of having like a Y2K galaxy kind of moment here on the pinky nail. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm just using a needle nose tweezers, and then on the back of the tweezers has a silicone tip which really makes those stickers just kind of lay into place. And then on this nail, we're going to go ahead and add a really funky kind of butterfly. And then we're just going to add a couple charms to this set. And that's all we're really going to do today. I did not want to dive into the chains because those kind of scared me. I didn't want to dabble into those quite yet, but I will do something with chains here on my channel shortly, so stay tuned for that. All right, so for applying the gems, I find the best thing that works really good for me is using the JIN.B Crazy Top Gel. It is a non-wipe. It's also, I got the one in the thick formula, which works great, especially if you are working with really heavy charms because they're going to stay in place. You don't have to worry about them sliding around. And you could use this a couple different ways. You could use it and use a flat brush and apply it over the entire nail and then just apply your charms. Or if you want, you could do it like this. We're just going to target certain areas and add charms as we go. So I'm just going to take an orange wood stick and then just place the gel right on the nail, and then I will put the charm right on top of it and just make sure I get that charm exactly where I want it, and then I'm going to pop it in the lamp. But the best part is that once you get that charm exactly where you want it, it doesn't move. So if you wanted to, you could just finish all your charm placement and then pop it in the lamp, but I'm just going to cure as I go. And I really like this gel. It works wonders for charms. And again, if you are doing like a whole charm kind of blingy nail, just go in with a flat brush and apply it all over to the nail, and it's really awesome. It's not going to add any extra bulk to the nail either. Everything kind of just self levels after it's cured. So I do really like it. It's a total game changer. It also doesn't have that strong chemical scent to it like some rhinestone glues have. So I do really enjoy the JIN.B Crazy Top Gel. And again, this is in the thick formula. They have all different viscosities. And it's great for encapsulating glitters as well. So total game changer. All right, so let's get in the rest of the charm placement, and then I'm going to pop back in just a little bit. All right, now that we have all the charms placed, we're going to go ahead and encapsulate. There's a couple different things you could do for encapsulating this, but I find the easiest way is going in with the Doe gel top coat. It's a medium viscosity, and the brush absolutely is magical because it has like a little bit of a flat tip. It fans out. It also lets you get into all those nooks and crannies really easily. And it's a great formula because it also self-levels. So even though it's a little bit of a medium viscosity, it's going to go ahead and get into all those nooks and crannies, self-level, giving you that clean, smooth surface. I'm telling you, the formula and the brush together are absolutely wonderful, and I was really impressed on how it worked with the charms, and everything is just looking super flat. That was like my main thing. I didn't know if I wanted to go in with a flat brush and just go over it with the zombie gel top coat from Mayo. That was another thing I was debating on, but I really liked how this brush worked and the formula for this top coat, so this was definitely the way to go for me. So we're just going to go ahead and apply it to the rest of the nails, like cure for a full 60 seconds. And here's the finished set. And I am pleasantly surprised to tell you, even though Y2K is not my thing, I actually do like how the set turned out. I think it's super cute. It's a little bit out of my element, so I'm really kind of liking it. Plus, I got to play with some charms. And overall, it was just kind of like a hodgepodge kind of moment that actually kind of worked. I really do think this is really cute. And if you're doing like a 90s theme party, I know those are really fun right now, this might be the direction to go in. I really like the smiley face. I like the colors, the stars, the animal print. Overall, even though the theme was not for me, I do like how this turned out. All right, so everything that we use in this video can be found in that description box below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because you do not want to miss their next box. It's going to be summer themed, and I know it's going to be amazing, so stay tuned for that. All right, so I will see you all in the next one.